Major miners and minor miners, welcome back to Brineland. In today's episode, we'll drive a stake through the heart of evil while continuing the Flat Wall project. Alright guys, thanks for coming in for another episode. I'm going to collect some wood for our project. Today's episode is going to be a continuation of the Flat Wall project. I don't believe I've changed anything since the last time we've met. I'm just going to kind of pick it up where we left off, and I want to finish up we have a big chunk of the flat wall that is left, and I want to finish up putting on sort of a spiral stairway, an enclosed glass spiral stairway, to get between the upper and lower levels on the outside. So you guys will see what I mean in just a minute. In today's episode, we're going to sort of finish up the big chunks of the project and leave the small touches to the next one. So let's get this project going. Again, thanks for visiting us in Brineland. Hey there, Brinelanders. I want to thank you guys for coming out again. I'm excited to work on the second update to the modification of the first video of our flat wall project. That's right, very simple. So I want to finally get to work on this thing and sort of add on to the floater room. This is going to be an extension to our balcony. I think I've just got sort of an outline laid out here to get us started on the right foot. So we're going to do this in two different woods. We're going to do some of the jungle wood, and then we're going to use some classic oak wood. And who knows, maybe we could change a thing or two. Maybe we won't. We'll just have to wait and see. The suspense is killing me. Absolutely killing me. I always do this to where I screw up the layers when I use slabs. So you guys are just going to have to bear with me and suffer through it. But I'm fine with that if you are. So, there we go. In my last video, we were talking about some of our favorite games and bringing that up, just sort of a talking point. And I've been thinking about maybe some games that I left out of that conversation, and I cannot believe that I did not mention Chrono Trigger. I did not mention Final Fantasy VI. After watching my own video, I was like, what was I thinking? Did I forget what some of my favorite games were? Did I have a relapse of insanity? What happened to me? I don't know what happened to me, but it was bad. Must have been a horrible thing. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make this an extension before we get back into the Final Fantasy thing, but we're going to make this an extension of the balcony, and this is going to be sort of the bottom. We're going to make a sort of a stairway, a glass stairway, spiral stairway to get up to my second balcony. So at least we want to get this spiral stairway done with today. I'm going to leave the scaffolding here from now. Maybe we'll just kind of get together and tear that down in a few minutes. But let's get back up to our balcony and continue making this thing. I got to figure out exactly how tall I'm going to make it. And we got to finish up these doors, maybe put a hinge door on it or something to make it fancier. Pull this out. I don't want to die getting in there. I better get rid of this dirt too. All right. Let's make sure everything looks right. Make sure I've got all the pieces that I need. And we might change the way that I attach the glass to the wood here. But first thing I want to do is build this, look at it from a distance, and see if it needs more. Working on some models and ideas for this. It looked like basic was the best way to go. And of course I'll take these out, maybe put some wood in. But I might actually even out the wood floor with that height too. So I don't know what I'm going to do. One step at a time. There we are. So we're going to put a cap on top of this that is the same sort of color as the bottom, except for sort of the inverted version of that. Sometimes I struggle with words while I build, but I'm okay with that. We're going to do that high. We could change that too. Just another thing we could change. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI, arguably the best game ever made, with Terra and Locke and Mog and the best Final Fantasy villain without question, Kefka. Sorry, Sephiroth, not even a close second to Kefka, because he is just absolutely amazing. There's no better supervillain. Maybe we could talk about this in another episode, but there is no better. I don't even know if he's a supervillain. I mean, he does kind of become a god at the end, but there's just no better evil villain character in a video game. I mean, the guy's poisoning entire castles and cities and laughing about it. One of the main characters, his name was what? Cyan, right? Kefka drops poison into the water source and kills the guy's kids and wife, and it's just a terrible, terrible thing. And you can't help but love Kefka because he's so evil and so crazy. They just kind of present him as a dancing mad clown, and you just love to hate him. He's one of the best things to kill in any video game. And the storyline, and I've read some articles lately that have argued that plot is not important in video games, that story isn't important in video games because we don't finish our video games. We just kind of play them, and we might finish them, we might not finish them. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I better go another block higher because I'm going to create a walkway to get to that balcony. But to do that, we better make sure this is high enough to create that walkway. So let me add another block here, maybe even 2 blocks. Let's see what it looks like with just one. There we go. Let's do one more. One more. I want to play it safe, and we can lower it. We can always change it. Not a big deal here in Brineland. We got the resources. We've done a lot of digging. But yeah, I think plot is important. Even though I'm one of those guys who doesn't finish all of my games. I tell you what, without a good story, it's not going to get me that hook at the beginning a lot of the times. And I buy games often based on some reviews and whether or not that game did have a good story. And that's always been one of my things. It's got to be a game with a great storytelling element. If it's not, there's very few games like Minecraft out there that can hook me. Very, very few games. You know, I think I did the wrong color. I need to do Junglewood on the outside. I want it to match the bottom. Yeah, we're going to make it match the bottom. Yay, already a redo mistake. Not a big deal. So yeah, but Final Fantasy VI, great plot, amazing plot. Even from the beginning, you know, it's more than just the save the princess. You get a little bit of that at the beginning with Terra and Locke, but then it just moves on to 14 main characters, all with amazing plots and ideas. That you can't beat the amount of content in that game. No, I placed that in the wrong spot. And then a close second to Final Fantasy VI is of course Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is an amazing game. Oh my gosh, I can't even, I need to create more. Let's create a workbench up here, just a temporary one for our purposes we need some more Junglewood slabs. There we are. But it's just an amazing game. Chrono Trigger, back from the Super Nintendo era, that is the golden days of 16-bit RPGs. And what a game. Even now, if I play it, if I just listen to the music, I get hooked. And the music for Final Fantasy VI, by the way, best video game music ever. But the video game music the music, I should say. Obviously, it's video game music in Chrono Trigger. Unbelievable. Frog's theme, Magus theme, everything. It's just Zeal, the Zeal Palace. Wow. I mean, it was good music just to be music, let alone video game music. Put that there. All right, we need to put oak on all of these corners and then fill it the next layer in with, let's do it this way. Yeah, let's do it with dirt. That way we don't waste our planks. I don't have to pause the video right away for the planks. Here we are. I want to be careful as we go. But Chrono Trigger, wow. What a game. Just talking about it makes me want to play it with, what was it, the Toronto Castle. Is that called Toronto, with the dinosaurs and the... Just thinking about the music gets me excited. There we are. But the fact that the other day when I was talking about video games, my favorite games, and I got kind of all excited about Metroid Prime and Super Metroid and a few other games. The fact that I just got working on my project and left out games like Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger. I was thinking about that. I was like, I gotta bring that back up. It's almost a crime that I didn't talk about those games. And a shout out to my nephews who haven't played much Zelda at all, and maybe just a little bit on the DS and wasn't a big fan of that game. You guys have got to play some Zelda. Zelda is amazing. It's one of the best games ever made. And to think otherwise is a crime in most countries. So I need you guys to quit breaking international law and to play you some Zelda, please. We would appreciate that here in the real world. How am I going to get this thing on here? I guess I'm going to have to do this and then cut it from the bottom? No. No. We're going to put dirt here. Then we're going to cut this out. I don't want to have to go from the inside. Let's back up. Let's back up. Go down a little bit. I think I can place that thing right here. If it lets me. Oh, no. Yeah, that's why you guys clicked on this video, to watch me struggle to put a block on the bottom of a piece of dirt. You're welcome. From Minecraft World. Alright, I'll give in and go inside and cut the dirt. I gotta create a stairway anyways. What's the difference, right? Here we go. And I can cut that out from the inside. So let's take a look here. It looks like it's getting dark. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a distant view of how it's looking, and maybe we'll decide together to modify this thing. Alright, I want to give you guys a couple different views of this thing. This is what it looks like from the front. It's going great with the theme. I'm loving what it's doing for the flat wall from this angle. I'm going to show you guys from the other side, and the other side makes me think maybe I do need to bring the roof down a block or two. So let's zoom on over to the other side so you can give me your opinion on that. So here's more of the standard view that I show you guys in my video, and you can see that maybe a little bit of taller roof doesn't look appropriate. I mean, really it's lining up with the other roof, but I think it might need to come down a block or two. So it does look like it's kind of floating out there, but I think filling in this balcony piece in the middle is going to help with that. And I've got a few ideas to make it look a little bit more attached that we can use. So I'm liking the look of it now. We might need to make some modifications because right now it's standing out a little oddly on this end, but hopefully filling in the middle there and creating the bridge across to the upper part is really going to help with that, and then filling the stairs in there. So let's get back up there. Let's continue this project. Back up to the top, ready to rock out some action. Let's get back over the bridge here. So I know that we need more finishing work, and we'll get that done in the next video to really finish things off. But when I extend this out, I think it's going to make it look a little bit neater from the bottom. And I need to figure out what we're going to do with the in-between there. But for now, I know my door will probably be right here, and then maybe even those two pieces there. I'm going to create a little bit of a step to get down. But let's finish the inside. I might be able to finish a nice chunk of this in today's video. I want to dig this out and replace it with more wood floor. I think keeping the checkered pattern is going to be the way to go here. And I don't like the idea of raising the floor inside either. There we are. And then let's get ourselves some oak wood. Yeah, you guys know I like the checkered pattern. But essentially, that's what we're doing on the inside. So if I come in right here, I want a support running up the middle. And I think this will be perfect to give it a little bit more body, so it makes a little bit more sense on how this thing is standing. Now, I want to do half steps up with slabs, oak slabs. And I'm not exactly sure where to start my stairway to have it end in the appropriate place. So maybe I need to do this thing coming down because the down stairway matters less than the up. You know what? If I make it the up stairway, no, I need it to go correctly. Let's actually go upstairs. You guys can come with me on this walk instead of me just warping. Let's go upstairs and start this thing from the second balcony. At least I think I can. I know I haven't extended the balcony out because I haven't exactly figured out how I want to do that. You guys know I didn't like the double roof problem that I had before, and I don't want to create another double roof balcony if I can avoid it. So we're going to have to see. But I'm going to create my little entrance that goes out right here. Yes, it'll go out here and here, but for now we're going to leave the one block out and create ourselves a little bit of a land bridge here. Okay, this is how it's going to go all the way across, and I will walk across to get into my second story here on what is soon to be a wooden bridge. Yeah, I can maybe bring this down a block. Cool, and then I can still fit in here with the roof being... I could bring it down 2 blocks. How exciting, how exciting. So, anyways, this is where I want to do my sort of stairway to get down. Here we go. I'm going to have to use a little bit of dirt and do a little bit of digging through this process. There we are. Excellent. Yep, just like this. And we're going to go along the edge. I think this will work Ah, this will work. This will work delightfully. Every step I'm just going to go down a half a block. Oops, placed it in the wrong spot. Again, another thing I'm famous for. There we are. Great, you guys can see what I'm going to be doing is just making like a square around the edges except for on that top one. Here we go. I need this one to go here. Then we can put another block here. And I'm going to create sort of a spiral staircase going down. But yeah, back to Chrono Trigger. The whole story, and I know I'm obsessing a little bit over it. That's, you know, the curse of being a nerd. But like the whole story with Janus, if you have not played that thing, you gotta play that game. You're just missing out on a classic. It's worth going out and buying like a retro Nintendo 64 if you have to. I don't care what you got to do to play the game. You've got to play it because yes, you are 100% missing out. I need to be able to fit underneath this, which means this has to be 2 blocks high. So essentially, since that's 2 blocks, we can create a cross balcony and have this go down there. We're gonna have to test this to make sure it works. Yes, indeed. But gosh, all the charm in those old games, the Colosseum in Final Fantasy VI, there we are, the opera. Is that gonna work? There we are. Yes, I can fit everywhere, it looks like. Oh, I'm gonna have to let a piece of dirt go. That's okay. So right down here, and then I can walk back and out on my future balcony. Perfect. So we've got the path connected between them just like we wanted. Here we are. Let's finish our sort of pull here. There we go. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Great. All right. And I have decided I want, well, let me double check it from this angle. Yes, I want that to come down a block, maybe 2. So bear with me. I'm going to edit out, use the magic of film editing to bring that thing down and give you guys a view of the final sort of step on this video, and then we'll move on with the rest of finishing the balcony here soon. Excellent, guys. Thanks for your patience. I did bring it down 2 blocks, and I'll show you guys 2 more views real quick. So as in traditional Bryland fashion, this is angle 1, blah. Angle 2, this one's for you. Angle 3, this one's for me, obviously. So stupid. Anyways, so that's kind of what it's looking like. I'm loving what the flat wall is doing. I think the finishing touch is coming up soon, adding some light and extending out our balcony to go between the bridges, and of course taking the balcony to our main house balcony over here will add a lot. Thanks for tuning in for this episode. Like the video, subscribe it, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one to put in the finishing touches on the flat wall project. Bonus view out far for you.